To my review of Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. I've been meant to review this one, and then next time I'm going to be able to review the fourth movie in the Halloween series, which is my favorite. Yeah, can't wait for that one. But yeah, this is probably one of the best horror movies that represent Halloween. Yeah, definitely the best. And it's very, very, very underrated. And a lot of people realize it these days. Into the story now. So basically, there's this company called Silver Shamrock that sell Halloween masks, and they're basically really successful. And I guess their plan is to make sure most of the kids in this, well, it kind of goes all over around the world from how successful he is. So loads of kids are able to actually have that mask. It doesn't seem like every kid is wearing that mask, but loads of them are all around the world, which we see like near the end of the movie, like later on, probably like at the end of the second act, you could see him like, well, that's like going into the third act anyway. But yeah, basically he's trying to make all these kids put on these masks, and then like, does it basically, well, it basically kills the kids. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, which is pretty dark, especially when you get to that scene on the top left. Man, that's definitely the most disturbing scene in the movie. How he's, because they basically used that kid as like a prototype before the day to show what actually is gonna happen to all the kids. And then when you get to the ending, oof, yeah. What a way to end the movie. Yeah, it just sucks how underrated this movie is. Because if you think about it, it seems like the villain's actually winning in the end compared to Michael Myers, where it takes him like 8 movies to kill all the main characters, where they just win in like one movie, even though they only got one movie because people, like, when this movie came out, not that much people like this movie, but it's aged so well now, and it's got a lot more fans, including me. But yeah, I just really like the premise, and it just, that theme song, 8 more days to Halloween, 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 8 more days to Halloween, Silver Shamrock. And there's that other voice as well when he says that stuff. And, to convince the kids into, actually tuning in and watching it. So the kids could probably win something. Yeah, something like that. But it's actually a death trap on the actual day. It's just funny that they actually wait until Halloween, but that's the only time where a bunch of kids would, actually put on the mask. And I've watched this movie twice now, and I still understand why he wants to do this, because he does explain it, but it's just the way how he tries to explain why he's doing this to the main character, which I need to talk about the main character. Yeah, that's the only thing. The main character isn't anything special. Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to stop this company from what it's gonna do to these kids, but yeah. So he's basically like a doctor, so I guess he starts off good. But I feel like I should talk about another character who's related to, I guess, can I even say the second main character? So okay, I'm gonna start with the old guy first, who's like the other character's dad, because he probably like comes back from Silver Shamrock and finds out information and is trying to run away from what he's seen or heard. But then like these Finns that are from Silver Shamrock basically hunt down people who know too much and kill them. And that's basically what happens to the father. Because he doesn't make it to the hospital when someone finds him. But it just looks like he's crazy. So they just leave him in the hospital anyway. But then the people who are trying to kill him, which are, androids. Which funny that they have androids in the 80s. Hey, they did have androids in Terminator. But that traveled back in time though. Like this was actually made in the 80s. Like these androids. Yeah. Well, they're machines. It's kind of a difference because since their skin is metal, proper metal. But yeah, they basically kill the dad, which the other main character is called Ellie, and she basically sees her dad dead. And man, just I have to say another thing, like the way how they kill people in this movie. Oh my god, probably like one of the most hilarious deaths in these kind of film. Yeah, in these kind of films. Like the deaths are so over the top. Like a lot of the scenes are over the top, but when it comes to the deaths, oh my god! Because when the doctor, he's one of the nurses screaming, since he kind of witnessed what happened to the guy, the old guy who died. Like the doctor basically chases him, and then basically gets into the car, then basically self-destruct by putting gas all over himself, then lighting the match. That death, man. Also, the death when that old guy was running away, and then he makes the robots. One of the robots gets smashed by the car. That looked funny too. It's just the deaths in this movie look so funny. It's kind of hilarious, man. And I don't want to call it a hilariosity like what Chris Stockman says. I'm not going there. But yeah, it's just so funny, man. But yeah, basically the guy at the bottom right is the one who, runs the business and makes the masks. And he's trying to get them all over, I guess, America. Since I think they get them to like Washington, Ohio, just all over. And then when he gets to the end game, he's planning like on the 31st to, run that program, with the catchy theme song. Yeah. So, the main character's goal is to go down to Silver Shamrock in this weird city, because when they get there, I'm missing a section because, that old guy who I mentioned earlier, like, he had a daughter and she kind of sees what happened to him and she wants to, get answers to what actually happened to him, and she does a little digging and it all leads to that Silver Shamrock place, and that's when the doctor goes with her randomly. Yeah, because I guess he's a goody two shoes or other reasons. Well, since they basically get together in a way. Because like this guy, he's like in his 40s probably, and then she's like maybe early 20s. Definitely at least 18. Otherwise, that'd be weird. But yeah, they basically get into the town. Well, she's able to drive, so yeah. But yeah, they basically get into the town and just everyone's just watching them like hawks. They've even got cameras watching them as well. So if they was trying to make a plan, they wouldn't really be able to do it with all the eyes watching. Especially later on, where the main character's talking to someone who probably like works for the company or tried to work for the company. Yeah, I think he tried to work for them, but they turned him down and stuff. And maybe he possibly found out about some stuff as well while he was there. And then they kind of kill him afterwards, like, and gets a hilarious death where they just whip off his head like he's nothing. Oh my god. They basically ripped off his head like it's a toy. Those androids, man. Jesus. Also, when they're in the hotel, because they need to stay at a hotel, so they can discuss a plan on what they're gonna do once they go inside Silver Shamrock. Because they basically find out who is in charge of Silver Shamrock, and it seems like everyone in the town loves him. But still, everyone in the town just acts so weird. It's like they know something, but if they try to do something, they'll just die or something like that. They'll get hunted by the androids. So what if the town's actually aware of what's going on, but they're too scared to do anything? I kind of think like it's like that, because this town must know what's going on. Like they must. And they're probably just trying to be extra nice so nothing happens. Or maybe they just genuinely think he's a good guy. Also, his biggest investor, like I don't even know what I'm trying to say now. And what he does to him afterwards, like, and his kid being the first victim from the masks. Yeah. I still don't understand his plan. Even when they tried to explain it, like, I'm still confused. Oh my god. Yeah, they basically go inside and try to get some information from the place, and that's where their best investor is, which I was talking about before, which he brings his family there as well. And I kind of explained what happens to the son. But what also happens to them, like the family? Do they get turned into androids or something? which later on, Ellie gets, like the old guy's daughter, she gets kidnapped. I'm also missing a scene as well, early on where there's that woman while the main character and Ellie are making out. A woman like sees one of those silver shamrock icon things that are put on the mask, which harm the kids, and she just gets lasered, and her face just kind of just messed up afterwards, and then a spider comes out like just. She basically dies later on and becomes an android, and just the way how the way how they film her encounter with the main character when she tries to make the car crash, and then like afterwards. Oh wait, am I talking about that part already? But yeah, I'll just finish talking about it before I talk about the big climax, which is a part of it, which I've kind of skipped up half of it anyway, but I'll go back to it. So yeah, he basically finds out that she's an android after escaping the place, because he does burn it down with the main character, which, well, what he thinks is the main character, but then that makes another confusing thing again. If you think about it, like at this point where he's helping the main, while she's helping the main character, Ellie, she's basically an android. So why isn't she trying to kill the main character in that moment when the main character uses those chips? Those silver shamrock chips, what they put on the mask to kill the androids, which, that's what he basically does when he escapes, because he gets trapped. And, oh yeah, when he's trapped in that room, like, you basically see the first Halloween movie. Cool reference. And it's kind of funny that they made the movie out of the... Well, I don't know if you can say that, like... Because it is footage from the very first Halloween movie, so... So I can't really say it's like they made the movie out of the first movie, because it is the first movie in a way. Yeah, it basically is. And they're just saying that was a movie in the universe. That's what they're trying to say, I think. Kind of like with Scream, yeah. But it obviously looks like it's a movie. They made a movie out of what happened in the first movie, even of Cindy. Oh yeah, I can't wait to talk about Scream movies as well. Yeah, that'd be fun. But yeah, that's whatever with that scene, because he basically escapes, and then he does all what I just said. He destroys the androids, and then like the main villain of the movie just turns into something and dies, and the whole place starts blowing up. He escapes. He then fights Ed of the Halloween movies, because I review the ones that I don't like as much, like average and just the worst ones. Like I'm gonna review them next year. But yeah, this one's just, I just love this one, and I just, like I said, I think I did say this because the main reason why people don't like this movie or just overlook this movie is because no Michael Myers. Like Michael Myers is not in this movie because they tried to do something different where it'd be different stories each time, but since this movie didn't do that well, they just went back to Michael Myers. But in a way, it was a good choice because we got the 4th movie, we got H2O, got the 2018 movie, a few others that I didn't like, and what kind of killed the franchise for a moment. But yeah, bringing Michael Myers back wasn't an absolute loss. I just kind of wish we had more of these movies in place of the bad movies. Yeah, it sucks, but oh well. But I'll always watch this movie every Halloween. After last year when I first discovered it in 2019, yeah. It's an awesome movie, and I'll be watching it every Halloween, just like the Home Alone movies, which I'll obviously be reviewing Home Alone at Christmas. Just so many movies, like The Grinch, just many movies that I watch every year. But yeah, that's my whole review of Halloween Season of the Witch. It's definitely a cult classic for me, and I think I can definitely call it a cult classic since, you know, it's underrated and stuff. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace. With